Hello, my name's Karen Burke. I'm a Gestalt psychotherapist. I am a trainer and a supervisor. My private practice is at the Manchester Institute for Psychotherapy, and I'm here today with Bob Cooke.
Hello.
Hi there, Bob, who is the founder and the clinical director of the Institute. And on the first Friday of every month, there is a 2-hour seminar that is given by generally experienced practitioners, not necessarily psychotherapists, because we've had all sorts of people come in on all sorts of interesting subjects.
That's true.
And these seminars run for 2 hours on the first Friday of every month, and I'd like to talk to Bob about that today.
Oh, well, thank you for giving me that opportunity. We started these seminars in 1989.
Gosh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Have we not run out of topics yet, Bob?
Yeah, I was thinking we run out of topics. And they ran for many years until, I think, something like 1998.
Right.
And then the first host of them, I think, was Tom Byrne. Decided to step down after 11 years or something.
Right.
And then we had a gap, I think, till 2003, and then somebody else came and hosted for about 4 or 5 years, and she had to step down. We had another gap, and we've just started up again in the last couple of years. So really they've been going a majority of the time that we've been going. So that people have always ask for them again. So if there's a gap, people are always texting or phoning or emailing and say, when are you going to start these seminars again, and what's the next one? So they've become very popular. They're open to the public alike.
Yes.
And you're right, a lot of people in the mental health professions, of course, come to them because the subjects are very much on the caring world and psychotherapy, counselling, mental health issues, so it attracts people from that area, and specifically therapists, counsellors, probation workers, social workers, nurses, but also people who are just interested. Now we get an average of probably 10 to 12, 14 people most of those seminars. There's been less, of course, and there's been a lot more. I mean, I remember doing one on shame. I forget when that was last, probably a couple of years ago, and there was 30 odd people in the room. Wow. And that was for people sitting down, standing up, and goodness knows what. But on average, I think you would find 10, 12, 14. So the next one, for example, which is tomorrow. Is that right?
Tomorrow.
Is it Thursday? Tomorrow, is my wife Stephanie Cooke talking about the interface between neurobiology and psychotherapy. In other words, the latest information on research, brain research, and how that has its implications in the psychotherapeutic process. Now I know there's probably going to be about 20 to that one. So it becomes a full house, and I mean, on some of the more minor topics, or perhaps more obscure topics, we might get, as I say, 8 or 9 people.
Yes.
And people come along, 6:30. I would appeal for people to come early because seats are often taken. Yes. And you pay on the day. It's just £10. We've kept it very low, really. Yes. That's just for the person who's doing the presentations, petrol costs or whatever. And we don't have a booking system, so you just come along, and they're always at the Institute. But it's become a very important part of the Institute in many ways because it's such a consistent structure we've got. And you've been to, you've been to loads. You've been here 9 years, so you must have been to many, many, many of them. I have. I know you've run a few.
I have. I've run many. I've attended even more.
You've run on, if I can think about it, you've run on Gestalt.
Yes.
Oh, attachment, bereavement, most of the areas I can think about.
Genograms.
Oh yeah, that was your last one on genograms.
That's right, I did it on genograms. I've done them on ethical practice, record keeping.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I've done both sort of subjects and also some quite specific.
Yeah, yeah. That's when we get a bit less in number, probably.
Yes.
But you know, if we took all the ones coming up, I did one last month on psychodynamic theory, object relations, and it was called "Don't Shoot the Messenger."
Yes.
The next one, which I think will be very popular, is tomorrow, which is the latest on brain research. The one in November, because it's always the first Friday in November, is me.
Yes.
And I'm talking about the vulnerable self in psychotherapy. And really, I'm going to talk about the shame-based system.
Yes.
The one after that is an interesting. We've got a hypnotherapist coming in.
Oh yes.
Talking about how we can use hypnotherapy in the psychotherapeutic process. You're doing one in February?
I'm doing the first week, that's right. I'm providing the seminar on
bipolar disorder.
Bipolar disorder I'm doing it on, yes.
Yeah, what we used to call manic depression years ago.
That's right, yes, yes.
And we've got some interesting people that are lined up as well in various areas. So this is to really as an advert for the seminars, so you know a little bit about what happens in them. Please feel free to come along. The more the merrier. And thank you for listening, and thank you for talking to me about the seminars and giving me the opportunity to think back in history.
Yeah, you're welcome, Bob.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
And bye-bye to you.